God says your blessing is about to be given away if you skip this. Don't scroll past this moment. You'll miss out on something truly important that's just for you. You're not here by accident, my sweet child. Give that some time to sink in. A lot of people kept scrolling, but you stopped. My voice was the only one that got through to you out of all the others. Just that makes you unique. Heaven might not see it that way. They might think it was just a small thing, a quick stop. Your heart would beat with wonder if you knew all the good things that were waiting for you because you stayed. When you're open and paying attention, what seems to you like nothing special becomes special to me. Pay close attention now. I'm not shouting because the truth doesn't need to be heard. I'm speaking clearly because this is important. A lot of people miss my quiet nudges, not because they're bad, but because they're lazy, tired, or busy. Chances that could have changed everything are missed, and they don't know what they left behind. You didn't rush, though. You took this out, you stayed. You made your future ready for a big change because you did that. Even if you don't notice it yet, things have changed because you paid attention. You are so lucky right now, my dear. It's not by accident or chance, it's on purpose. I brought you here. I made your hand move more slowly. I looked into your eyes. Some people left without realizing what they had lost. They didn't see what was quietly given to them. You stayed, though. If you stay, your life will always be different. When you stay, you don't just sit there. Staying is something you do. It's quiet to stay. Yes, in your heart before your mind fully understands. Do not leave now. I tell you not to say, I'll come back later. You're not promised later, in the way you think you are. This is a rare moment. There aren't always big signs and wonders at important times. They sometimes come in quietly, just to get your attention. Things are about to get better for you, and what you're about to get can change your whole life. From now on, things can be different since you're here. You might be wondering why this is important now that nothing big has happened. I'll explain. Not only do big choices shape your life, but so do small ones. Things don't always change quickly in the future. People who choose to listen instead of scroll, stay instead of rush, or open instead of ignore often make it quiet. What you just did is correct. You chose to be present instead of something else, and that always makes room for me to move. You've been looking for something, but you couldn't explain what it was. You've been restless and aware that there's more to the world than what you see. You have a quiet need for direction, answers, or peace. You thought of questions that no one else heard. I could hear them. There are a lot of things you have to deal with and think about. I see the hope you've tried to keep alive even after being let down in the past. These words are connected to those prayers. It's a part of how I answer. A lot of people miss things that could change their lives because they are used to moving quickly, looking without listening, and not stopping to think about what they see. It's now normal to be distracted. Making noise is nice. It's strange to be still. But you stopped. That pause is strong. It makes me think your heart is still soft. That means you're still ready to listen. Even after everything you've been through, it shows me that you haven't shut down. You might not think of yourself as different, but being different often looks like being quiet and sensitive, like noticing things other people don't, or like wanting to stay when other people want to leave. You're open, not because you're better, which makes you different. I always respond to people who are open, which isn't often. I want you to know that this moment is not wasted. even if you don't know why you stopped or what brought you here yet. Believe me, I know. Sometimes the way I work doesn't make sense at first. Before you see fruit, I plant seeds. Before you even know where you're going, I set up the paths. It's important that you are here right now, listening, present, and ready. I don't want to hold you back by asking you not to leave. I want to give you something. When you rush out of holy moments, you often leave with the same heavy feelings you had when you entered. Things start to look different after you stay for a little while longer. There is more and more peace. Things start to make sense. Not all at once, but enough to move on. If you're ready to let go and trust Him, write, "Yes, Lord. Take all of me." Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site, you are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. I am not here to stress you out. I am here to make you feel better. You're not behind. We haven't forgotten about you. You're not really lost like you think you are. Being able to hear me now means that your future is still open, still full of good things that can happen and still could change. The door is open. Indeed, it's getting bigger because you chose to stay. Take a moment to let your heart calm down. There's nothing you need to prove. You don't need to understand everything. Just be here. My word should reach you where you are, not where you think you should be. If you're honest, I meet you where you are. I meet you where you want to be, not where you are strong. Some people may scroll by everyday moments like these. They might not understand what they missed. You are here, though, and it's important to be here. It has always been that way. It will always do that. It's not a matter of luck. It's about being aware. It's about a heart that still works when I talk to it. You can lead, protect, and change that kind of heart. Listen to this slowly, my child, and let it sink in. You didn't just open this by accident. You didn't just happen to be here. You weren't just killing time or being interested. I already knew about this moment a long time before your hand moved, your eyes closed, and your mind chose to stay. I saw it before you. Before you could feel it, I got it ready. I led you gently here because timing is important, and this is not a coincidence. I understand how simple it is to think that life is made up of little things that don't matter. There was a pause, a scroll, a click, and some time to pay attention. I don't see time the same way you do, though. I don't waste time. Things don't just happen for no reason. because you were ready to listen, even if you didn't know it yet. I bring moments like this into your life. There are many times you could have just missed, and many times you already have. But this one got you. You felt the pull, but you don't know why. That pull wasn't a mistake. Things were coming together. You could hear your spirit before your thoughts could get in the way. There was a quiet sense that this moment was important. I want you to see divine timing not as something mysterious and far away, but as something very close to home. The right time is when you're ready, and I want you to come. It's when your deepest desire meets my soft call. When everything around you stops making noise long enough for you to hear me. That's what took place. This moment didn't just happen to you. You went right into it. I knew your heart before you were born. It was easy for me to guess what you would think, feel, and do when the truth came to you quietly instead of loudly. I knew you would rush sometimes, just like everyone else. There were times when life was too heavy to stop. There were times when being let down would make you watch out for your heart. I also knew that times like this would come up. There were times when you would stop, not because everything was fine, but because you could still feel something inside. That level of openness is rare. A lot of people have learned to stay safe by moving quickly, keeping busy, and avoiding being quiet. When you've been hurt, confused, or tired for a long time, quiet can be hard to handle. You stopped anyway, though. It tells me something about you. It tells me that even after everything, your heart hasn't closed. It tells me that you're still listening. That's more important than you think. You might not have thought stopping was important, but it showed something unique about you. It showed sensitivity. It showed that they knew. It showed that they were ready to receive instead of rushing by. These aren't loud traits, but they are powerful ones. They are the traits I work with most closely. A heart that pauses can be guided. Someone who is willing to listen can be led. It is possible to change a soul that stays. I want to talk to the part of you that thinks this might be done on purpose. So many people see things like this every day. You might think, that is true. A lot of people see. Not many stop. A lot of people hear. Not many listen. A lot of people feel a push. Not many answer. You replied. That answer is important, even if all you did was stay for a second. Being called is not the same as answering. A lot of calls are made. Not many people respond. Right now, this moment exists because you answered. Not really well. I don't fully understand, but willing to do so. And being willing to do things opens doors that knowing things alone could never. I'm not here to rush you or make you feel too much. I'm here to make you feel better. Your life doesn't just float around aimlessly, even if it's not clear. Even when you're not sure where you're going. I work carefully even when you think you might be behind. I'm still setting up times. There are still invitations coming your way. That's one of them. Please help our channel. Making you happy and helping you become more devoted to God are the main goals of our work. You can give us money through Super Thanks if you want to help. I know what part of your life you're in. I understand what you've been getting. When it's quiet, people ask me those questions. I know the fears you ignore to keep going. I know how carefully you guard your hope because you've been let down before. All of that was thought about when this moment was made. It meets you where you are, not where you think you should be. You didn't need to be stronger to understand this. You didn't have to be more loyal, sure, or sure of yourself. It was enough for you to just be there. You were too. That's enough. You need to see this moment in a new way. not as something you looked for, but as something that you looked for. It was set up slowly so it wouldn't shock you or make you feel bad. I made it look normal so you could choose it on your own. You gave me your heart, not a show. Not your work, but your attention. When you stopped scrolling and did something brave, which you might not even be aware of yet. People are taught to be in a hurry, so being quiet takes courage. It takes strength to listen in a world full of noise. You did both of them without trying to show off. It tells me you're more ready than you think to understand things clearly. Things won't change right away because of this moment. It's meant to begin something. Starts are often quiet. They don't make their presence known with confidence or excitement. They are very quiet and almost impossible to miss. But they are very important. Things are coming together to make this start, not pressure. Let go of the idea that dramatic events are the only way for big changes to happen. Small decisions made with an open heart can lead to big changes. A choice to stop, a choice to pay attention, a choice to stay. Those are the times I build on. You could leave right now and still have the same responsibilities, be in the same place, and have the same problems. But you'll be different on the inside. Your awareness will be different now. Your point of view will have changed. And that change inside you will have a bigger impact on what comes next than you think. I don't want you to fully understand everything right now. It will take time to understand. It's easier for me to ask. Trust that you chose to be here. Have faith that this time won't go to waste. Believe that stopping told the truth about you. You're not forgotten. You're not behind schedule. You haven't lost connection. Things are coming together for you in ways that are still being worked out. This moment is a part of a much bigger plan, one that I am slowly and lovingly weaving together. Stay with me as we move forward. When doubt comes, let this truth keep you steady. You didn't just happen to be here. You were shown the way. You are now ready to receive, my dear child, because you were willing to stop. I want to talk to you about something that happens every day in a quiet way. A thing that most people miss until it's too late. It's not often that distractions hit like a storm. It's not loud. It gets in without being seen. It doesn't seem harmful. It looks like the way you usually do things, like just another second going by. Still, distractions have ruined more good futures than open rebellion ever could. It doesn't yell. It's not really a threat. It slowly takes your mind off of it until your heart forgets how to listen. Most people skip over something that could have changed their lives for good. Not because they are bad. It's not because they dislike me, but because they are sleepy, busy, stressed out, or numb. Their days are full. Their minds are full. They keep their hearts safe. They're already on to the next thing when I whisper. There's something loud going on when I invite them. They miss what was meant for them because they don't know what they gave up. Every day I see it. I see people feel a soft push but don't pay attention to it. I see a moment of stillness rise in their spirits and drown it out with noise. I see them pick ease over quiet, speed over being present, and stuff to do over going deep. After some time, they tell themselves they'll slow down, listen and search more. But later, slowly changes into never. It's not that they turned me down that makes me sad. It's sad that they had no idea I was trying to reach out to them. When God invites us, it doesn't usually come with a loud warning like the world's urgent messages do. They don't try to compete with noise and lights that flash all the time. They sound soft. I have you for a short time. I have you to be there. I have you for a short break. They are also easy to miss because they are soft. A lot of people are expecting me to speak up, to ask for, to be firm. I don't break hearts, though. I'm waiting to be welcomed. You can't have a good future if you're distracted. Instead, you need to start by listening. They start by being aware. When someone stops long enough to see that something holy is going on, they start. People miss important turns that were made just for them when they are in a hurry. They're going so fast that they don't see what was briefly in their way. This isn't so you can judge other people. It's so you can see how important what you did was. You picked to be present instead of being busy. Even though it would have been easier to keep going, you chose to stay. The world taught you to just look and move on, but you chose to listen. You were already different because of that choice. Not because you're better, but because you wanted to. Most people don't get lost after making one big choice. 1,000 little things take their attention away, and they lose it. As many times as you say, "Not now." 1,000 times. I scrolled past things that seemed small. 1,000 times, they ignored the quiet pull in their heart. Their sense of touch gets dulled over time. It's easy for them to forget what moved them before. They stop hearing my voice altogether after a while. This is not meant to scare you. This is meant to make you feel grateful. You saw it. You took a break. You stayed. That alone shows me that your heart is still alive, open, and ready to receive. That kind of openness is rare and valuable in a world full of noise. But I can't give those hearts the things I want to give them. This isn't because I hold them back, but because they need to be heard. To have peace, you need to be quiet. Listening is part of direction. Transformation needs people to be there. A lot of people miss these gifts because they don't want to or can't stop long enough to get them. If your soul rises in praise, Father, you deserve every breath I take. Share this video too, as this awakening grows inside you. Know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history, it is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. People have been right on the edge of a big breakthrough while they didn't even know it. For a moment, I saw them feel restless and like something else was possible. Then they pushed that feeling away with noise. They didn't change at all, and they had no idea how close they were. You can't get back every moment you missed. Some invitations only work during certain times. Some doors open for a short time and then close quietly. You didn't leave, though. The push didn't get you nowhere. It wasn't drowned out by something else. You stayed. You moved into alignment with something that had been waiting for you when you stayed. I want you to know that being present is a faith-based choice. That phrase means, this moment matters. It says, I'm ready to listen. It states, I believe something meaningful can happen here. Even if you didn't say what you were thinking out loud, what you did showed what was in your heart. That's what heaven says. Speed is rewarded in the world. I reward paying close attention. People praise those who can do many things at once. I respect focus. People who move quickly are praised by everyone. I feel deeply for those who stay. You pick depth without even being aware of it. You chose to stay when other people rushed by. If you make that choice, good things will happen. A lot of people think that big changes are loud, dramatic, and easy to see. They watch for clear signs. Big changes, on the other hand, often happen in silence and only want your attention. Instead of shouting, they whisper. They ask instead of telling. And people who aren't paying attention don't hear it very often. I'm telling you this right now because I want you to keep this part of your heart safe. Don't let something else take away from what being present has started. The enemy doesn't always have to break faith. Just take its attention away from him. He only needs to keep their hearts busy so they don't have time to stop and take what I'm giving them. You've already been given something valuable, knowledge. Being aware that this moment is important. Being aware that your life isn't a random mess. Being aware that what you hear changes things. Keep that awareness alive, care for it, allow it to fit. It will lead you more accurately than noise ever could. There are going to be many times when something else will try to pull you away. It will seem safe, it's going to make sense. It will feel like home. Keep this moment in mind when that happens. Remember how staying opened your eyes instead of making you lose sight. Remember how just being there brought peace instead of stress. I'm not telling you to shut out everyone and everything. I'm telling you to stay alert inside it, to know when I'm close by, to know when something holy is taking place, to pick being present over and over, even when it seems small. A lot of people scroll by and don't notice what they miss. They'll never know how close they were to finding peace, direction, healing, and a reason for living. But you made a different choice. You stayed. Your future is already being shaped by the choice you made. Don't think less of what just happened. You didn't just stop scrolling, you replied. And responding is the key to getting everything important in. Stay here with me. Listen again. Keep choosing to be aware over being distracted. There's more to come, and you're now ready to receive it. I want to talk to you about what makes you unique, my dear child. To not put you above other people. Not to make you feel good about yourself, but to help you understand the gift I put inside you. It's not that you're better that makes you unique. It's that you want to, ready to hear. Ready to take a break. Willing to feel things that other people have learned to hide. Always ready to stay, even when other people rushed by. Being willing to do that is very rare, and I value it a lot. You have an open heart. You may have felt this all your life, but never knew what it was. You see things that other people miss. You really feel. The air feels different to you. You understand what people don't say. There have been times when being sensitive has felt like a burden. You may have wished you were less affected, aware, or moved. You may have asked yourself why you can't just get tough like everyone else. I want you to know that your sensitivity isn't a weakness, though. It's a way in. The world taught many people that it wasn't safe to feel, so they buried their pain. Life let them down. They were hurt. Hopes were put off. So they didn't learn how to show me their pain. They learned how to shut down parts of themselves. They learned how to hurry, avoid attention, keep busy, be loud, and not feel anything. They stopped hearing my whispers over time. They stopped listening, not because I stopped talking. You didn't hide your desire. There was something in you that fought against life's attempts to make you tough. Even when bad things happened, you still hoped in the background. Your listening was still there, even when things were unclear. Your heart stayed open, even when you didn't know what you were being told. That's what makes you unique. It hasn't always been easy for you to be different. Some people may have thought you didn't belong, were misunderstood, or were too much for them. You might have tried to fit in, go the same speed, not care as much, or feel less. However, every time you tried to shut down what I put inside you, it made you feel tired. It wasn't a failure that I was restless. That was your spirit telling you who you are. I didn't make you to rush like other people do. I didn't make you to just go through life without thinking. Being able to listen is an important part of building relationships, so I gave you that trait. Listening adds depth. Alignment happens when you listen. You felt the need to pause when other people rushed through moments. When other people made noise to fill the silence, you felt drawn to it. It's not a mistake, that's meant to be. Because you pay attention, you're unique. It's not loud to pay attention. It doesn't ask for notice. It only sees. And seeing is the start of new understanding. People who are in a hurry don't see much. People who stay a lot stay. You stayed. Time and time again, you stayed, even though it was hard, even when it wasn't clear. Even if it took longer or was harder. I want you to understand this well, so that you can stop comparing yourself to others. Being behind doesn't mean you're not moving fast enough. You're not missing out just because your path seems less busy. You're not weak just because you have strong feelings. You have good sense with you. Having good judgment means being sensitive. To use good judgment, you have to wait. If you want to use good judgment, you need to listen before you act. A lot of them look sure of themselves because they know how to move quickly. But going fast doesn't mean you're going in the right direction. Noise doesn't mean it's clear. And being sure of yourself without listening can take you a long way from where you want to be. You may have felt slower sometimes, but being slow kept you safe. It kept you from taking on things you weren't supposed to. It kept your heart gentle. That kept your spirit alive. You're unique because you still want something. The enemy needs to be careful with longing. Hearts beat because they long. Searching is what keeps people going. Desire keeps the door open. Many people have tried to numb their longing with things like comfort, routine, control, or other people. Even though they told themselves they were happy, they were just making noise. You didn't just accept noise. You wanted the truth. You wanted to know why. You were searching for the truth. You got here because you wanted to. You didn't scroll because you were short of time. This moment felt important to you because of your longing. You could tell that something was being offered quietly because you were longing for it. And since you gave in to that longing, you are now ready for more. Being different is not the same as being by yourself. You're not alone. Even though your path has felt lonely at times, I'm with you. I walk with people who pay attention. I show myself to people who stay. I trust people more who are careful with moments. You are unique because of how you deal with things. I know you may have had doubts about yourself. You may have wondered why things that really move you don't seem to move other people. Because you couldn't ignore what other people didn't notice. You might have thought something was wrong with you. That lie needs to be corrected in a soft but firm way. You couldn't leave me out though. I touched your spirit. That's what you felt. What made you feel something was the truth trying to get to you. Being unique doesn't mean you're better than other people. It's about being ready. Ready to listen. You can feel it. Willing to respond. Being available is what lets me help you in ways that other people don't get to experience. It's not because I love you more. It's because you pay more attention. Don't try to compare yourself to people who move quickly. Their path is not yours. You're not going that fast. Their noise doesn't make things clear, and their silence doesn't bring peace. You were never meant to run with the other people. You were supposed to walk with me. There will be times in the future when being different will cost you again. There will be times when you want to close your heart, stop longing, and hurry just to fit in. Then remember this truth. What sets you apart is what keeps you in line. What makes you unique is what keeps you hearing my voice. What makes you unique is what will allow you to go forward. You don't have to change into someone else. I want you to value who you already are. You can feel my presence because you have a sensitive spirit. You can receive my guidance because you have a heart that listens. You can grow when you protect your longing. You don't need to fix these mistakes. Keep these gifts safe. You're unique because you stayed when everyone else ran by. You paid attention when other people didn't. You knew when other people shut down. That's why you're in a place of alignment that many people never get to. Keep this part of yourself. Don't bury it to get by. Instead, bring it to me. I'll keep it safe. I will lead it. I will use it to take you to quiet, clear, and meaningful places that noise can't get to. Know, my beloved, you are not different because you are better than everyone else. You are different because you are willing to listen when everyone else is talking fast. You are willing to change your life in ways you haven't even thought of yet. Please wait a little longer. Take a moment to remember this. It will help you remember that your life isn't a mess, that things can still go wrong in the future, and that taking a moment to listen can lead to big things. There is a reason you are here. Something new can start because you are here. Dear child, please come closer so I can talk to your heart in a clear and gentle way. There is a fact. Do not think I want to make you feel better about yourself by making you understand. I want you to understand how important what just happened was. I call a lot of people. My voice can be heard through moments, lives, soft feelings, and quiet nudges. I whisper through my thoughts, my restlessness, and times when I feel like I can't ignore them. A lot of people hear that whisper. A lot of people feel the push. That being said, hearing is not the same as responding. Having feelings is not the same as staying. That's what makes them different. People often get cold. Rarely do people respond. I don't say this out of sadness or anger. I say it because I understand. I talk all the time. I always want to invite. I'm always trying to reach out. But I never make someone answer. I don't try to get attention. Noise doesn't bother me. I wait for you to agree. I'm waiting for hearts to stop beating for a while so I can listen. This very moment, you did just that, you replied. You might not have known why you stopped. You might not fully understand why you stayed. You might not be able to describe the pull you felt. That doesn't lessen the strength of your answer. A lot of answers start before you fully understand them. A lot of the time, the most important choices are made in secret, without any warning, certainty, or clear answers. They come from hearts that are willing to say, I don't know why, but I will stay. Look around and see how many other people feel the same way you did and still move on. There is a pause, a pull in their spirit, and a sense that something important is close by. Then fear speaks up. There is a distraction. Question your doubts. They make up stories that it's not important. They tell themselves it's all in their heads. They prepare to return at a later time. And later doesn't come often. People called them, but they didn't answer. I keep calling even if they don't answer. I am still patient. I stay here. But sometimes the invitation is very clear, the time is right, and everything fits together perfectly. And in those moments, you need to hear back. You answered one of those times, even if it was a simple answer, even if it was quiet. There was no reason to stay when you could have left. I respect that. I value your answer not because it was dramatic, but because it was honest. To put on a show, you didn't answer. You didn't give a sure answer. You gave an honest answer. I've always been looking for someone who is open. A lot of people want clear answers before they answer. Before they stay, they want to be sure. Before they say yes, they want to know what will happen. That's not how relationships work, though. That doesn't build trust. When someone answers even though they don't fully understand, trust grows. When they lean in instead of pulling away. When they don't rush past and stay present. What you said was correct. You didn't ask for answers. You didn't need proof. You didn't wait until you were sure it was safe. You stayed. That shows me more about your heart than any words could. You're not suddenly ahead of other people or more important than them just because you answered. It means you're ready. Being aware is what it means. It means you're ready to receive. Also, being open to receiving is the way that guidance, peace, and change come in. Say, "My soul belongs to you, God," if you want to be with Him. Share this video too. You are about to enter your divine future, but remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit Community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit Out Community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided e-books and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, Your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.